Hold up, y'all. Hold on. Let me get the mic straight. Solar Mike, what up? Let me get a mic check, man. Can you hear me? That's trash. Yo, can you hear me? What up? You got me? Sweet. What up, party people? All right, so the few that's in, man, I guess we got to click a thumbs up real fast so we can get our base up in here real fast so we can get the chosen few. Just give me a thumbs up. So we're going to talk about what is compatibility, what is free will. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah. Let's do the thumbs up for those that's in the building. What up, Natural Boo? What is that? Natural Boo? What's happening? Yeah. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Got to match the count that's in the room real fast, just so we can get people in here. It can alert people. We get this party started real fast, man. All right. All right. So where do I start? What is compatibility? All right. When we hear things like you're selfish, I think that society has potentially overplayed the word, and I think we should be selfish, but in a good way. I'm not talking about the selfish in a destructive way where you create injury because you're trying to gain something for yourself. I also think we should want to be used, because when somebody calls upon you for something, whether it's a job using you for your time in exchange for money or whatever it may be, when we make the agreement that we want to do the thing and we like doing the thing, it doesn't feel like usury. It only feels like usury when we don't like the thing, right? So if it's a matter of our perception of what we like and don't like, is it necessarily usury in that sense? So the selfish I'm talking about being is the one that 100% puts yourself first for your greater good. And so if you are in any kind of situation, what's up, Brandy? Any time, any type of situation, and it's not good for you, and you withdraw from it because it's not good for you, are you selfish? We don't hear that then, right? Again, it's normally when you don't want to do something or the person is upset that you don't want to do something, is when we hear this, right? So compatibility is 100% based upon perception of what the individual likes and dislikes. It's just really that simple of what it is at the core, right? The unique thing about this science, the astro science, is we now have an ability to be able where we can be able to measure the potential, and pretty damn accurately, of what the compatibility factors would be, whether it will be positive and, or for lack of a better word, more challenging or negative. Okay. So how would you do that though? It will take a study, a basic understanding of something in the craft known as synastry. Okay. Synastry is when you take two people's chart and you compare them. All right. So it don't matter if it's you and your mom, it don't matter who it is. You compare the energies. So it's something called aspects, which basically states that, for example, I pick on Pisces and Gemini. That's a known phenomenon that tends to be very, 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 very challenging. Why is that challenging when you understand those two signs? Well, they're about 3 zodiac signs away from each other. Therefore, that's a 90-degree angle called a square. If you look at the basis of it, Pisces is a water sign, which means it's more intuitive and deals with feelings. Gemini is a cerebral air sign, and air and water, they just don't really mix. I call that the plunger, because when you got some shit stuck in the toilet, you have to create an air bubble through the water to unclog it. Because you go underwater, submerge yourself in water and try to breathe air and watch what happens, right? So those energies don't necessarily mix, right? And this starts to give way. If we can understand the chart in totality, this will start to give way for us understanding how many positive aspects we have and how many negative aspects we have. And now we can quantify, which is important. We can quantify that by counting them up, isolating the energies, and saying, well, shit, this has a -5. Like, it's way more negative than it is positive. No thanks. I don't even want to go forward and engage. I don't even have to go forward because I don't like the potential of it. And so one thing that we have to understand is the human being is light, right? The human being is light. You always say it. You got a heartbeat, you got a brain wave. When you understand light, light has poles. On a battery is known as positive and negative. Okay. So the point is, light has duality. Now, this could get filtered down into a replication of gender, male, female. And then it can also, that could be filtered down into behavioral perceptions that we would call negative and positive, right? Because what's negative for one person, the next person may have that same ideology and they mesh well with that person, and they're happily off and it's cool. One thing that we really have to understand is the Zodiac be set tripping. Very, 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 very heavy. It has sides. It has sides. And the best way to know what side a person is on, I'm gonna give you some game right here. Okay. Because you're gonna have to do some homework. The best way to know what side you are on is look at, really have a knowledge of, because there's several sides. We can take, what's up, Nikki? We could take your sun sign. I'm an Aquarius, and then I could draw the line from Aquarius straight across to Leo, and then that will mean I can have Taurus at one side. Let's say Taurus at the bottom and Scorpio at the top. So I know that anybody See, Leo is the complete other side. So that half of the circle over there, imagine a wall clock. And let's just say you're at 9 o'clock and you're going to draw a line to 3 o'clock. That's your opposite. Now I want you to draw a vertical line of 12 to 6. You know, at 9 o'clock, when you go past the 12th sign or get to the 12th sign Pisces or the 6th sign Virgo at the bottom of the clock, these two energies, which in this case on the wall clock, Pisces at the top, 12 o'clock, Virgo at the bottom, 6 o'clock, they square Sagittarius, which is going to be all of us right now. We're going to be Sagittarius for the day. We're at 9 o'clock because that's the 9th zodiac sign. And the solar system is a whole circle. Our orbit around the sun consists of a circle. What goes around comes around, right? Consists of a circle, all right? And so you see reality 9 o'clock. We see reality like, damn, the sun is in the middle of the clock. And then to get past the sun, in a sense, the other side, that's Gemini. Well, once I start flirting with energies that's on the other side, the squares, the gatekeepers, 12 o'clock Pisces and 6 o'clock Virgo, those are the gatekeepers that's like, it's pushback when you get to your square. As soon as you get past your square, there is one sign over there that you technically get along with, but it starts to become friction because these people on the other side see reality different. Again, I want you to imagine a wall clock. So all of us at 9 o'clock, but then you have some people who are born at 3 o'clock and the sun is in the middle, right? Because the 12 signs, or it looks like the earth is going around the sun within the year, and we go through these 12 different months. So in this diagram, the sun is going to be in the middle. So you got people on the other side that's looking at us. That's how they see reality. But they're looking that way, and we're looking their way. And what happens is the opposition, which really is a balance, sometimes can clash. Okay? These people on the other side naturally have a different perception than we have. Facts. This is what makes compatibility. Perception. Because every single birthday is a position in space. If you were to draw a circle and you start the circle with 1-1 and you start filling in the dates all the way around the circle till you get to 1231, there go your reality right there. So every birthday is really a point in space. This is your zodiac sign. This is today could be the 9th day of Libra. So you will be at 9 degrees Libra. You see what I'm saying? Or, so it is, that's what it is. You know what I mean? And so every birthday is a station in space. Now, you can look at your sun sign because that's your zodiac sign. So you want to start there. But then you can understand where your Mercury is, because sometimes your Mercury may not be in the same position where your sun sign is. So let me slow that down. I could be in Aquarius, but Mercury could have been in Pisces when I was born. Or it could have been a sign back in Capricorn when I was born. That happens. So although I'm an Aquarius, my mindset, right, my thinking, because Mercury represents the psyche of a person, could have been in a different sign. But when I know where Mercury is, now I know opposite Mercury. For me, Mercury happened to be in Aquarius. So opposite Mercury, I know is opposite Aquarius is Leo. So I know what is opposite me. I know what squares me. And then I know if you're on that side of the solar system, then you in opposition or potentially could be in some type of spot that's friction and challenging to my perception. And the shit that I say and the shit that I do, you don't fuck with it. You see what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. In astrology, you would know it as squares, oppositions, and inconjuncts, and also semi-squares. And those, they're called aspects, okay? And it's simply talking about the measurement from one planet in reference to another planet that you're looking at. Okay. So the homework assignment is get busy in your chart and know what sign you are, of course, know where your Mercury is, know where your Venus is at, because I'm about to give you some good shit right here. Know where your Venus is at. Okay. Why do you need to know what Venus is? Because Venus represents harmony, it represents balance, it represents relationships, marriages, good taste, fine food, the arts, creativity. It is a bomb ass energy. And its day is Friday, which is tomorrow. Friday night, just got paid. Get it right. Like it's that day. You get your hair done, go get your hair cut. It's that. So Venus is our perception of relationships, what we are seeking in a partner, especially for men who like women, or it don't matter the gender. If you like the feminine energy, then that's Venus shows you your perception of feminine energy. Okay. Now, since this planet rules marriages and relationships, so for example, I'm Aquarius, but my Venus is in Aries. So now I need to know the Aries opposite side and square points, because if I go mess with somebody that's on the other side, then likely that could be an issue. Okay. Just like, so then here's the key. Because you would never, ever see this in this reality. Never. I was telling you this shit the other day. And then some shit transpired to prove this shit to the point, man. I'm telling you. So this is what you would never see outside in the sky. Never. You would never, ever see the sun setting in the western sky, and on the eastern sky, Venus is coming up and is in the eastern portion of the sky. Never. It's an impossibility. Now, this is where you have to put on your astronomy hat at. Because you have to, right? Why wouldn't I be able to see that? Well, think about it. If you remember a diagram of the solar system, it's the sun, then it's Mercury, then it's Venus, then it's the Earth. Mercury and Venus are closer to the sun in their orbit around the sun. Yes, because think about what I'm about to tell you. Mercury and Venus are closer to the sun and Earth, and they're always going around the sun. So that means either Mercury and Venus at all times will either be to the right of the sun, what could be appear to be behind the sun, what could appear to be in front of the sun, and to the left of the sun. Okay? Only thing you got to do is draw a circle, a small circle on a piece of paper, and then I want you to draw 4 dots like a cross, because that will be Mercury and Venus orbit around the sun. It can only be in those positions, to the right of it, below it, which could be in front of it, or behind it, where the sun could be in front of it, or the planet is to the left of it. Now, when the planet, Mercury and Venus, are to the right of the sun, that means early in the morning, you're going to see a bright ass star, or stars, will appear to be stars in the eastern sky. This was styled in the Bible as the morning star. Okay. And then if the energy, because think about it, if it's to the right of the sun, then that means that energy has to come up, and then the sun comes up. So when you look in, you say, well, wait a minute, to the right of the sun, then that means it comes up before the sun comes up in the morning. And when it's to the left of the sun, that means when the sun sets in the western sky, you will see these bright stars in the western sky. Then that was styled in the Bible as the evening star. Okay. So since Mercury and Venus will always be somewhere close to the sun cannot be in the western sky and these two planets be way in the east. It can't happen. Okay. It just can't. So that means in our reality of observation, which is reality, okay, you would never see Mercury, Venus opposite Sun. This is a banging ass lesson right here. Because the sun sign, the sun, you are the son of man, known as the son of God. It's inside you, as the Bible says, right? Since that makes up majority of your cosmic constitution, personality type, your identity in a sense, where the sun will, what the position of the sun where you were born, that means Mercury and Venus, which is the mind, and Venus, the perception of relationships, which is a different aspect of the mind, because all of the planets are a different attribute of Mercury. I'm gonna say this again. All of the planets represent our perception about a specific subject matter. What do you mean? Well, Venus is our perception of relationships. Mars is how you fight and your passion. And for women, that could be masculine energy, or for men who like men, that could be your how you like masculine energy. Saturn is your perception of success and discipline. Uranus is your perception of how you think outside of the box and get selfish and think about the unique individual, which is you, the real you, right? So these planets are nothing more than different aspects of perception in the psyche. Okay? Now, y'all with me? Y'all all right? Click the thumbs up if y'all all right, so we can alert some people in here, because we going this is a classic, because I don't even talk about this shit no more. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna while y'all click the thumbs up, I'm gonna tell you why I don't talk about this no more. And let me check this message real fast. Come on, click the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I gotta show y'all this, man, because I'm really so happy. I'm really so happy. Where is it at? Let me see. Where is it at? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Make sure I ain't showing no critical information. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? No, not that. That ain't what it was. Hold on, I'm tripping. That ain't what it was. I'm showing y'all $14. No, I'm tripping. Here it is, right here. Right. This was today. Today. What I'm showing you that for? That was my first paycheck as a landlord. Got that rent money today through Cash App. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Y'all good? All right. All right. So, since Mercury is the mind and Venus is the perception of relationships, that means as the individual, you, the sun, it's an impossibility for you to, or should be an impossibility for us to experience people who are total opposite the sun. You see what I'm saying? Because that phenomenon don't exist in our reality. So this becomes a clash. So sun opposite Venus is a no-no. That's a no-no. What does that look like? Well, let's just say you have Venus in Aquarius, and then the person's sun sign is Leo. That could be a problem. Now, opposition is supposed to represent balance, because that sign, Leo, is fire, Aquarius is air. They complement one another through the elemental energies that make up the sign. Air and fire complement one another. Earth and water signs complement one another. So the opposition is supposed to represent balance. The problem lies in two places. One, the level of consciousness of the individual. Two, our perceptions of reality are looking at each other. And if you were to leave your station, get back to your 9 o'clock position, and the person is 3 o'clock, if you were to leave your station and travel, you're going to go past each other. Unless the level of consciousness is there, the agreement is there, and the thing in the middle is called the meeting point. If you're not there, you're going to be likely to experience some issues. Because your Venus position, today I really want you to go home tonight and figure out what is your Venus position. Pull it up on the chart. How do you do that? If you knew, you can go to astro.com. It's free. Enter in your birthday. Look for the Ankh, the circle with the cross under it. Look at the Zodiac sign that is in. Where is that at? Okay. Then draw a line straight across from it. That sign opposite you, you start to meet those people. If they ain't on the level, you in trouble. How do you know when somebody's on the level? Well, if you don't know the science of measurement, then you just have to deal with the compatibility factors. See, as you get older, you can start to develop serious questions as it pertains to your values and throw those questions out there and see how a person will respond to them according to, especially your non-negotiables. Some things people negotiate. Some things are just not, it's a non-negotiable, right? And you start to develop pretty much your questionnaire in a sense. All right. So find your Venus. Find your Venus. And then I want you to find the two signs that square your Venus. Because the two signs that square your Venus, that's the horizontal line that you have to draw a line to those. So now you're going to create a cross. Find your Venus, then draw a line straight across to where the sign opposite it. Then the two signs that's opposite it, you're going to draw a line right there. So this is what it looks like. Let's just start at the beginning. You got Venus and Aries. Let's just say 10 degrees. Opposite Aries is Libra, 10 degrees. The exact same number is direct opposite. Okay. So no matter the degree of your Venus, follow me. Venus 10 degrees Aries, opposite is 10 degrees Libra. The square, 10 Capricorn, 10 Cancer. Capricorn and Cancer are opposites. I need to draw a line from 10 Cancer to 10 Capricorn. And then I got my line from my Venus at 10 Aries going to 10 Libra. That's my cross. So I know that the horizontal line are my squares. I know they are the gatekeeper. So watch this. So since my square is Capricorn and Cancer, let's start with Cancer to stay in the zodiacal order. What comes after Cancer? Leo, then Virgo, right? Then Libra, which is opposite me, right? That we saying this in this example, right? Then Scorpio, then Sagittarius, then Capricorn. I just named 6 signs. That whole 6 signs, starting with the square, that's the other side that I'm talking about. Okay? Oh, I'm going to give y'all something tonight. Y'all going to have to pause and work it out. Okay? Let's move to the next sign, Taurus. Let's just say 10 degrees Taurus, Venus is. Opposite Taurus is Scorpio. Exactly 10 degrees. The squares to Taurus is what? Aquarius, 10 degrees, and Leo, 10 degrees. So now we start with Taurus, right? So Taurus, that's where it's at. Your squares is Leo and Aquarius. So let's look at Leo, since that's the fifth sign, and we know it stops at Aquarius because Leo is opposite Aquarius. All right, let's see if we get 6 signs. So it's Leo. So from Leo, we're going to get Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, which is opposite, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Okay, go to 6 signs again. So those are your squares. The last one is the mutable signs. Let's go to Gemini. If you were Gemini, Venus and Gemini, 10 degrees, opposite Gemini is what? Sagittarius. So the squares is Pisces on one side and Virgo on the other side. Okay. So this is known as the modalities. Okay. And so Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, they all go together. They all go together. Okay, known as the crosses. That's the cardinal cross. The fixed cross is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Then the mutable cross is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. Okay, so now go locate your Venus and figure it out. Figure it out. Okay. Now, Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. So you're a full moon baby. Possibly a lunar eclipse if it was an eclipse that year, right there. So that's dope. But that could represent mommy and daddy. Moon, mommy, sun, dad, opposition. So it could have been some opposition at the time of conception, right? Could have been some makeup love that happens. So now potentially the feminine essence of yourself, moon, and masculine essence of yourself, sun, there's an internal conflict. So let's see this. What's the position or what's the relationship status of mom and dad? And it's supposed to represent balance if they mature enough. This could be, opposites attract. Because again, I talked about this dealing with the cosmic twin flame, which is your opposite. The cosmic twin flame is a person who is born opposite your birthday to the degree. 2 degrees off tops. But if you can find the person born exactly opposite you, but you got to know the chart. Okay. It's roughly 6 months, but you need to know your chart. So you know your sun degree, the person who has the opposite degree, and some opposite other things like Mercury and Venus, because Mercury and Venus go close to the sun, then you can potentially, that's your cosmic twin flame. And in the physical, there's going to be a parallel in the physical life. Your dad got the same name, or a family member's same name and stuff. There has to be some type of twinning type of paradox that take place for you to meet, for the cosmic twin flame to be what it is. All right. All right. So Venus and Mars is both in the 3rd house in Libra. All right, cool. So then that means Aries is the opposite you, right? So if you got this stuff in Libra, then the Aries energy, like for example, I got Venus in Aries. You got this energy in Libra. This could be a severe conflict, right? Because let's just say Libra has a tendency of, it's the relationship energy. It values relationships, marriages, closeness. But Aries is a pioneer. Aries is like, I ain't got time for that shit. I want to have fun and I just want to be passionate, right? So that's what Aries energy is at. So, and let me be clear. That's a generality. There's more to the chart that makes up different things and can override the general rule. I always got to say that. I'm just talking in general, because you can be an Aries, but you was born with, 7 planets in the seventh house. Oh shit, your ass value relationships. Bump that Aries in there. 7 planets in the seventh house is overriding the natural energy of what Aries says. You see what I'm saying? So I'm talking general here. Okay. So all right. Now let's get to the second part of this. The second part of this is, and I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all think there is a such thing as free will? Yes or no? Put in the chat for me. Do you think it's free will? And give me some thumbs up so we can alert some people. Do you think there's a such thing as free will? Rudy said yes. Come on, weigh in the chat. Do you think it's free will? Jay Reed said no. Brandy said yeah. So if you believe there's free will, can you give an example of what free will looks like? Are they was separated? Okay. I wonder if they were separated at the time of your conception, right? So if you believe in free will, what would be an example of free will? All right, so Rudy is like a choice in any situation. Okay. You still on the fence? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So the bike said, yeah. Come on, give me some examples of what free will would look like. What is free will? Give me an example of free will. Is it of my own free will and accord? It is. How do we know what free will is? What it look like? What it look like? What free will look like? All right. All right. I'm going to go on the ledge. So it's a choice. I'm going to go on the ledge and say, let's observe the human closely, very closely. The very essence of what makes us alive is a process that we are severely disconnected from the aspect of being cognizant of its function. Meaning, we are all going to die, but we may not know when or how. But yet it's going to happen. Do you have control over it when you don't even know how and when? Let's go a little bit more inside. Did you make the eyelash that stops dirt from getting in the eye? The reproductive system that needs 23 chromosomes? The bile produced from the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen? These things that make up the function, the inhale, the exhale? The precise atom, electron, proton count in order to make something compatible to make us sustain life, right? So, my ex-husband is a Libra. I'm currently dating an Aries. So you on the opposite side. All right. Okay. All right. That could be good though. As long as it's completing the circle. The question is, what's the circle that we choosing to complete? So when you look at the subconscious. When you look at the automatic response system of the body, electrical impulses, the splitting of cells, things of that nature, these are processes that we don't even have control over within ourselves. We all gonna go to sleep tonight, and I guarantee you, if not all of us, we don't even know what the hell we gonna dream about. And some of us ain't gonna even remember, because some of us can't even remember dreams. But you don't know what you got an idea about what time you're gonna get sleepy because you're on a routine, but you don't know what that experience is gonna be like. Now, here it is. Sleep is very interesting because that shows you how um how little we are in the grand scheme of things. We go to sleep. We can't even stay up 3, 5 days unless we a Navy SEAL. Like, we're not even built to stay up. Like, we have to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And think about what sleep is. Think about it though. It's like you up, you functioning, you getting things done, and then all of a sudden, your mental powers start to get groggy and kooky. And then it's like you start getting delusional and shit, right? And then you blank out and you out. And then you're having some type of experience called a dream that you were totally unaware that you were going to have. And you seem not to have control in the dream, in a sense, right? And then you don't know when you're going to wake up, especially if you ain't got an alarm clock and you got to be up. So you don't know when the body says, okay, I'm ready now. Return, wake up. That's a process that we don't even have control over, right? I'm not going to tell you if it is or if it ain't. Study it real closely. Now, there is, in my opinion, which has been recorded, the highest level of enlightenment. One of the highest levels, actually the second highest level in my book. It's the highest level of living consciousness, because the other one takes place when you die. The highest level of living consciousness is this concept that the Indian boys, East Indian, have called Nirvikla Samadhi. This was Paramahamsa Yogananda, who could shut off the organs of the body, the thing that makes us alive and conscious, and says, oh, I want you to go to sleep and I'm still going to have an experience. Oh, I'm going to come back and wake up. Oh, it's time to die. I'm going to leave. That thing right there, you can call it spirit. You can master spirit and be so in tune that you can leave the body. I'm not talking astral projection. I'm talking leave the body, and technically you have no heartbeat. You dead. Be cognizant of your experience and then come back into the body. These boys have mastered a very, very high state. Again, Nirvikla Samadhi. And at that point, I'm going to say you have free will, because the essence or the thing that animates us to give us life, the indwelling spirit that we know departs. If you can master that and depart and come back at will, wakingly, knowingly, you have just mastered, you just become a fucking master. And they'll tell you ain't a master until you got this shit. I don't give a damn what you done did, right? You ain't a master until you got this part down. And that's some shit when you deal with what consciousness is, and knowing that all experiences are being recorded in the brain, known as memory. And memories stay lodged in the light code of the spirit. This is why, again, I'm always mention it when I'm on this kind of subject matter, because the world is going to have to progress to it sooner or later. White folks already up on it, of course. I have to point to Dr. Brian Weiss. Do I got this book over there? Yeah, here go one of them. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, God. Two of them, actually. Over here. This one? This one? And this one? Okay. What's that? Through Time into Healing. This one, though, is all testimonials, documented testimonials. Oh, you're going to have to deal with this. You're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with how people have issues in this lifetime, disease, scars on their body, when put in a relaxed state and able to tap into the subconscious Akashic record inside of the mind, they were able to see how an injury was inflicted upon them that call in the very same location that mirrors the physical ailment in this particular lifetime. And here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. When they are successfully finished viewing that and are done with the session, the ailment, disease, rash goes away and disappears. It never comes back. They didn't do no visualization for 21 days. They didn't take no placebo pill. They actually were calm enough, relaxed enough to allow themselves or allow the mind to project the images that is stored in the soul. And the mind just simply reads it, sees it, understands it, and it deletes the experience once it can consciously recognize it. Okay? Phenomenal shit. Tons of testimonials to it. So now the soul has memory. The spirit has memory, right? I'm gonna have to get up on them. I'm not familiar with them, right? It has memory. This is interesting. Very interesting. So, free will, is it free when you understand this level of experiences that people are now just replaying previous patterns? See, what we think we're making decisions and it appears to be free will. Turn left. Oh, no. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to turn right. The question that we have to ask ourselves is the moment that the idea popped up, where did it come from? Is that even mine? In the mystery schools of Kabbalah means to receive. We're walking recipients. Because even our whole reality is interfacing. What's up, Amina Hassan? Our whole reality is interfacing with elements that has already been interfacing with other stuff, like light. Without the light of the sun, we're going to be out of here in about 8 minutes. It's going to be dark, right? The light that you feel has traveled approximately, they say, 93 million miles and took 8 minutes to get here. So it's been traveling 93 million miles, interacting with all kinds of shit before it hits us. So that idea that just randomly pops on like the light switch, where did it come from? Free will? It appears to be. The Quran be nailing that shit though. It be I'm gonna say it my way. I teach the street gospel. Quran say, nigga, you think you the shit? How you the shit when you ain't even create the sperm and put it in a safe repository known as the egg? How you think you the shit, nigga? You ain't create the 7 universes. Nigga, you from the mud. And you ain't create that. You have no clue the vastness of this thing, nigga. You think you got free will, you the shit? You ain't shit. That's how the Quran be, right? Because it's so vast that we all just recipients of the light, just receivers of it. And then we emanate that light. But the liberation, the moksha, right? The liberation comes in being able to tap in and get to that ultimate state of being able to get on that Yogananda shit. Lead a body at will. Well, come back. There's one story. It's not in the autobiography of a yogi, though. I don't think it's in that one. It might be. I don't think it is. But there's one story where a monk from the woods came and said, get all your men from science. Get them all. Tell them to be here at 12 o'clock. I'm going to leave my body and be dead for 3 hours. The doctors checked his vitals. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. And exactly 3 hours later, I mean, he's classified dead. 3 hours later, he gets up and wake up like and said, "This is nothing for a yogi," and walks back into the woods. Now, this is a different culture because this culture, like they spend years in the cave. Like they leave family behind and go off in the cave and live in the forest and really tap in and be gone, right? That type of tapping in. But we in the West, we got a different mission. You know what I'm saying? But it takes that kind of tapping in to get free will. That's my spill on free will. All right. We're just recipients of the great light. And we're message bringers of that light. If we can battle the contending forces, because remember, light has a polarity, a duality that we call negative, positive, the good angel on one corner or shoulder, and the bad angel on the hold on, let me send this message, y'all. So you got these angels, one on the good one on this side and the bad one on the other side. But that's the left and right hemisphere of the brain that's doing that. You know what I'm saying? That this electrical signal, this counter signals and whatnot that we think is two, but is really one. All right. It's two, but really, really, really one. Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab something real fast. I'll be right back. All right. My bad, y'all. All right, I had to go grab me something to drink. All right. So all right, so that's that. Free will. Yeah, think about it. Look at it. All right. Zodiac specs. Amina, you got here a little late, man. You definitely gonna have to hit the rewind button. There's some games. So give it to me, man. You got a question? Feel free. Hit me up. What you got? 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 I'm willing to look in the chart. Whatever you got. What you working with, man? We can build for a few minutes, and then we get out of here. Unless we start really getting it in. So questions. The Zodiac specs. Real estate. I'm gonna do a joint, man, dealing with passion. What's your passion? I'm curious though. What is y'all passion though? Like I've been really like studying passion. I heard Tony Robbins say, "Don't speak about some shit unless you're passionate about it." I was like, "Yeah, nigga, what's your passion? Like, what's your passion, man? What you, Amina? What's your passion?" Amina, trustworthy in Islam, right? What's your passion? Like me, I got several passions, right? I'm gonna do something on that shit. Like, don't think just because you got several passions, you all over the place and talk yourself out of it. Fuck it, do it and do it great, right? What's your passion? You know what I mean? If I start getting on the Civil War, what? Love that shit. That's my favorite. Finance and real estate right now. My favorite. You know what I'm saying? Astro. Not ain't my favorite no more, but you know, I could be passionate about it for sure. You know, what's your passion, man? What's your passion? Oh shit, man. So medical astrology, man. Good question, Brandy. So medical astrology in the old days is known as mathematics. We could used to have a good page, but somebody hating and they took the page down. It's dope. I love it. I love it. In my latter years, when I'm up in the mountains, in my hermitage, in the Smokies, be in the Smoky Mountains. I'm gonna be levitating and shit. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. Um, I'll really be getting into it. So medical astrology is dope. Um, that's what it's about. In fact, to learn the zodiac, you really should look within yourself and learn the inner mysteries before you study the outer mysteries. And you have to start with medical astrology, meaning do the homework and know off the top of your head what zodiac sign and planet corresponds to a body system. So if I say reproductive system, you should say Scorpio. If I say Libra, you should say urinary system because it deals with the kidneys. You see what I'm saying? If I say lymphatic system, you should be like Pisces, right? If I say skeletal system, you should say Capricorn, right? So if I say Leo, then you should say circulatory system because that deals with the blood. If I say Gemini, then you should say respiratory system because that's the lungs and air. See what I'm saying? And so to really understand this, you should start with the inner mysteries. And then when you start seeing the aspects in the chart, the red lines, the tough markers, in those signs that could potentially tell you where your ailment is going to be at and whatnot. And that's what you need to be working out and perhaps having corresponding dietary laws that promotes a good healthy, let's just say it's a skeleton system bones, then let's say vitamin D is good for bones, and you should have good vitamin D in your system because when we look in your chart, Saturn that deals with bones is in Leo. And when Saturn's in Leo, it's debilitated, meaning this energy is weak right there. So then you're a person that your bones may not be as strong, or you can get early arthritis, or since Leo is the back and spine, then and Saturn is bones, then maybe your back is likely to hurt. You see what I'm saying? So be sure to magnetize and stretch the spine. So medical astrology is the bomb digging. And you really should start there if you're going to learn astrology by far, because it deals with you. Okay. Um, Astrology down to the hour. Yeah. So you got something that's known as planetary hours, which is a pretty cool ass calculation that deals with every hour a planet is ruling that particular energy. So today is Thursday. At a certain time in your location, in the morning, Jupiter, which rules Thursday, the start of the day will start at the Jupiter hour. And then the next hour would be Saturn because it's the planet after Jupiter. So the hours switch through different planetary energies. You see what I'm saying? Nah, man, if it was numbers, I wasn't on it. Not on traditional numerology. I never been on that, Amina. But I had partners that was on that, or I was on the Kabbalah game dealing with breakdown of numbers, but not necessarily numerology. That they ain't really never been my lane. But I'm so far removed from numbers, man. That ain't really my thing. But I got a sister that's super tight though on some numbers. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my homie Kai. You could get with Kaya. She dope. But yeah. You can get man, you're welcome. But yeah, it can get down to the hour, and then the hour is dope because the time of the event, if you cast a chart at like somebody's birthday, like the baby was born right now as we speak, October 1st, 2020, 8:40 p.m. Eastern, right here in Philadelphia. Then bam, you look at the chart. So any event that takes place, like, oh shit, I ain't heard from whatchamajigga, man, what time is it? And you can cast a chart at the time of any event and get some insight, like what was rising. What was rising is interesting. And another thing I found was at the midhaven, at the southern portion of the sky as well. So to get it down to the hour, I like it when you could cross-reference it in real time based off of some type of event. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's me. That's me from the P. Diddy Left Eye video. Man, I got some shit on Left Eye and and Andre Rising, man. This shit, I swear this gonna, man. It's so dope that it needs a production. It's not, I can't even do it on the live and give it up. Like, it needs some nice visuals to go with it. All I'm gonna say is, watch this. That's all I'm gonna say. This dude, Andre Rising, which if y'all don't know, used to play, he's a wide receiver for the Falcons. And that's who Left Eye got mad at him and put the shoes in the tub, and she burnt the goddamn shoes and the whole house caught on fire. That nigga nickname is Bad Moon. That was his nickname. Bad Moon. Bad Moon. When this nigga was born, the moon was in Gemini, and Left Eye, who burned down this goddamn house, is a Gemini. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I am going to say. That shit should tell us right there that this shit is a whole, like, this shit is real like that. All right. So I'm gonna wait to do that one. I got that one in the bag. Trust me, I got that one in the bag on how I'm gonna lay that one out. It's just phenomenal, man. And rest in peace, Left Eye, man, because one thing that we have to learn and understand about Left Eye, man, see, she was on her shit when she was in Honduras. Numbers and spirituality, and when we die, we become stars. and your fear becomes reality. And she said it seemed like it happens much quicker here. When she was in Honduras traveling, her car hit a little boy and killed him. And his name was Lopez, which is her last name. And she saw that as a synchronicity, as a sign. And what happened? She dies in the car shortly thereafter in a car crash. And if you see the video of the crash, it wasn't that somebody ran into her. She was going straight, and it seemed like the car was just accelerating and accelerating. And it literally appears as if something just took over the goddamn car of force. Like no oncoming traffic, didn't have to swerve out the way because they almost hit somebody and then hit some shit. Like just cruising and all of a sudden lose control. Okay? And so look into that. Like I'm telling you, man. Like she killed a little boy named Lopez. Real shit. And she like it's no different than goddamn rest in peace George Floyd, and then Floyd Mayweather has to pay for his funeral because his name popped up in the goddamn story. We're starting to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the kicker. Until we do at a certain level, and I always say it, until we give that collective global conscious call, i.e. Million Man March type of style, where there's world governments and people are en masse, and then they're making a collective call at the same time to show that the real and true living God is indeed worthy of world citizens to give thanks to. We're going to keep having these problems. We're going to keep having these kind of problems and these weird little synchronicities for us to figure the shit out. To figure out it was us the whole time. Now, how can it be us the whole time and we ain't got free will? Because we still have to become cognizant of the force that's inside of us. That's the part you got to keep battling with this duality. When are you going to cater to your mental and spiritual growth and understanding as passionately or and abundantly as you have the other areas that you have mastered? Okay. Speaking of the full moon, the other full moon that's coming up, happy full moon, the end of the month on Halloween in Taurus, we're doing a full moon money meditation. We do something every month, but we do that in the family wealth club as it pertains to your goals. But this is the full moon that's going to take place in Taurus, the last day of the month. It's a Saturday. I'm sorry, it's the last Saturday of the month that we're going to get busy. So make sure that y'all do something, man. Make sure y'all do something. Charge up this energy. You know what I'm saying? All right. My moon is in Jimmy. What up, OG Bruce Lee? Bad moon ass nigga. Yeah, man. Gemini moon is good. And Gemini moon is very intelligent. It's probably not emotional, and these people can articulate themselves. So that's dope. Thoughts on wholesale? What, wholesale real estate? Man, what you talking about, man? What you want to do? You want me to go get some checks? I can go get. I got some checks right there. I can go get some checks, bro. You want to talk about wholesale real estate? Oh man, listen, man. Wholesale real estate is where you want to be. This is the perfect entry point because it's the least cost effective. There's no barrier here. You can get in wholesale real estate based upon your budget or where you at right now. So if you got $100, I would recommend that you use REI Skip, and you have to go get a list first of, let's say, vacant properties, or let's say you want to get a list of properties that are owner absentee. The owner has a different mailing address and is not vacant. So this means their landlord. Like whatever your property type, you need to get a list of properties. And then what you do is you take this list and have it in CSV file, and you upload it to REI Skip, and it's going to get you some phone numbers for only 15 cents. So $100 divided by 15 cents, is that how it go? You would have like 666 phone numbers. So you can go for $100. You can go out there and find you 600 properties, or you can utilize a technology to help you do it. So if you come to my free webinars, I give away starter packs. Like, yo, I really want y'all to get into this shit so much. Like, yo, I'll give you 100 phone numbers. I'll go run a list right now of vacant properties in your neighborhood, and I'll pay for the phone numbers. It's only gonna cost me, I don't know, $17 or $15 or something, right? Like something cheap. Like, I'll gift that to you. Get started. Do your thing. I want to see you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So wholesale real estate is where you need to be at if you really want to get into this thing, man. Because I collect checks, I can pull them out. You know what I mean? And do it. It works. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So virtual wholesaling is dope. So we were able to lock down some deals in Tennessee. Lock down some deals. Um, but we didn't get a buyer for them. It's a couple reasons why we didn't get a buyer for them. And so I got the contract worded in a way, basically, within your due diligence period of 30 days, your inspection period, you got a right to say, hey, I'm not going through with this deal because it's just not mathematically working. So once you got that there, then you could engage in these deals. So I've closed deals. I've never been to them. I may have sent somebody because I got somebody that's boots on the ground. You go over there, like my realtor. I'm in the city. I'm doing deals an hour and 15 minutes away from me. Hey, I pay you $100 to go over there and take some pictures for me. Send the pictures. I'm running numbers. Like, okay, this is doable. Put that shit on Facebook Marketplace with the local people. So if you're in Memphis wholesale real estate, join that group. Bam, drop that shit in Facebook, and then I'll selling my deals on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I've got deals. I just sent some money on the crib today. That's the hour away, and they got a postcard of mine. Called me and wanted to sell me 3 houses. I locked up all three, put them in contract, sold 2 of them, and bought one today. And since I've been working a relationship for so long, um, I decided to give her a proposition of owner financing. She only wants 30,000. I gave her a proposition. How about you take 15,000 down, and I'll pay you $250 a year for 5 years, which is the other 15,000, which means 0% interest. And she agreed. But even better, I'm actually in about 60 days, I'm gonna pay her the other 15,000, and she gonna be paid free and clear. And then I bring in private money, um, and my private partner comes in, and they're doubling their money from their retirement fund, which is a beautiful thing. And that really makes me feel so proud. Where a person can be like, hey, open up the financials and just be like, hey, this is what I'm getting in my retirement. I see what you're doing, and I'm able to double that of what they was getting in their retirement. And they're going to come in, they're going to pay the whole price, the 30. I'm gonna recoup my 15 and take the other 15 and pay the whole thing off. Now versus me paying 250 to the owner every month, I'm gonna pay 200 to my private partner every month, which means I just increase my cash flow by $50, which is $600 a year, and I have absolutely no money in the purchase part of the deal. I got money in it because they had mice, right? So I got the exterminator over there, hit me for 100 and some change. Little stuff, tearing up the carpet, Just doing little stuff, you know what I mean, to improve it. You know what I mean? Spent a couple hundred in the bathroom, you know what I mean? But as far as the acquisition cost of the deal, no skin in the game. And I increase my cash flow. All right. So I mess with virtual. Virtual just simply means you're not there. But I recommend getting in contact with somebody there, excuse me, who can potentially take the pictures, let a buyer in and whatnot. But it just makes it a little bit easier. So perhaps you call a realtor, you go to these investment groups on Facebook in that city, become friends with somebody, and say, hey, I can pay you $100 if you can just be my liaison for me and whatnot, and make it happen. So I do that. You know what I mean? All right. Trying to get in wholesale to win or be the webinar. Oh, you man, I thought you was already connected, man. I thought you was connected like an umbilical cord, man. Be on my email list, the prosperityinvestmentgroup.com. The prosperityinvestmentgroup.com. Join the mailing list. I thought you've been on that. I thought you've been rolling with me, man. Um, how you know when the numbers are right. So today, for example, my partner hit me up and we got a contract. Well, we're gonna go get the contract signed tomorrow. The guy's like, I can't take less than 150. So 75 for each house, two houses. And so two ways. The free way is somebody's offering you a number, or you want to make a number, make an offer. You can go to Zillow and go to the neighborhood on the Zillow map feature and change the filter to sold, and then start seeing what things sold for. So you want to find the low ones because that's potentially your point. That's your point of entry where you want to say, you know what, I see houses selling for 200, but I also see houses that sold for 60. Oh, when I click on the house that sold for 200 on Zillow and I go to price history and details, I see that they bought it for 60. So that's why that other house in the neighborhood is selling for 60 or 30 or 40, whatever it may be. So you're going to develop knowledge about the retail side and the investor price that somebody got it for by clicking on that property that was flipped and look at the price history. That's how I started. I was looking at the price history. I focused in on one specific zip code that I knew was hot and they was flipping. And so I studied the zip code. Again, click on the house for sale, click on price history, see what they bought it for. Now, what I can't tell is how much they paid for. But damn it, if I know, I'm not bullshitting you. In 2017, when I first got started in this, I told everybody we should go buy this one house. It was on sale for like $36,000 in 2017. I just showed people in 2019 they sold it for over $300,000. Now I can't see how much they put into it, but god damn it, I can do basic math where I see 300 minus 36. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh snap, there's a $200,000 spread right here to be made. So you start learning about the spreads by looking at the Zillow price history of houses, and you know what to make your offer at. Now, the more intricate way, as you start to become familiar, you would have to start piecing together how much is the repair cost and whatnot. But for starters, I'm telling you, you can get started off of the Zillow price feature, and looking at that history and whatnot. And then you can start paying for a third party software, PropStream. It's $99 a month. And then that'll tell you and show you everything that's sold, all the comparables. Um, I mean, it's a dope real estate software. I use it. It's without it, I don't exist. So I need it. I was doing things without it, but it makes my job much easier. All right. So any thoughts on opposition and synastry? I have friends with moon opposite my sun. I mean, again, opposition is supposed to represent the holistic view and the contrast of what you're doing. The slight issue that I have with opposition is it can just turn into conflict. So I mean that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So opposition and synastry, it's cool, but what's the nature of the relationship though? What's the real vibe of what's happening? See, me and Juice synastry chart look like a check mark, right? It's up, then it's one down, and then the rest of that shit goes all the way uphill. And it explains the nature of our relationship because we talking about we can have a conversation 5 to 9 times a day, different conversations, different phone calls, 5 to 9 times every day, right? Maybe besides Sunday, right? Um, but the nature of our relationship is just very positive and it's pointing up. So we on our way to the moon. Our energy is always just elevated. And so you got to look at the nature, the dynamic of the relationship, and just understand that the opposition is supposed to be contrasted. Now, if it's negative opposition, like I'm about to start taking tabs on in my personal circle, how many times a motherfucker complain versus compliment. You know what I'm saying? You got to observe the conversation of people, observe the mindset of where they at, where majority of the conversation is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of opposition, like I don't fuck with that. I can't get with that. You know what I mean? Because it's not being constructive. It's being destructive and it's interfering. All right. Anybody else, man? Before we wrap it up, I can go if y'all want to go. I ain't got no problem with going, but y'all gotta go. You gotta feed me, man. Gotta feed me. I'm a vampire. I was told I was a vampire. She was like, just want to fuck me. That's all you want to do. Like, shit. Why not? Bakari, what up, man? What up? I wonder sometimes if astrology energy comes through various people. Yeah. All day. What up, Bakari, man? Man, I don't have, man, I haven't did Horay astrology. It's funny when we look at the landscape of 2021, when we look at Mars and Aries squaring this Pluto and Saturn and Capricorn, when we look at Uranus and Taurus, and when we look at Saturn going into Aquarius, squaring Uranus and Taurus, which is money. It looks like that's potential fucking chaos. It looks revolutionary. And that, to me, as Jew pointed out, doesn't necessarily look like a Joe Biden reality. It's better, and maybe it's a hope. Because if we're talking about Uranus and Taurus right now, which is the change of finance, and Uranus is technology and Taurus is money, this is why you have the rise of cryptocurrency, because Uranus is in Taurus. The sign of electricity and technology is in the sign of money. So this is why we got the rise of this. Saturn making its way into Aquarius, which Saturn represents the government and responsibility, but Aquarius represents power to the people. The people will now dictate what the government should do and be. And this is what you're starting to see right now, where there is finally an evolution of conversation for an agenda. Finally, got to salute Cube, the Gemini, who said, fuck it, I'll make a document, and it's not perfect, but this is what we're going to start with. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had it, what the Muslims believe and what the Muslims want, and which was later cloned and implemented by Huey P. and the Black Panther Party. But it just wasn't time for a deal to be brokered. It looks like the potential cosmic atmosphere suggests that Trump is in. That would be very good, because if Joe Biden wins, you're going to do what you always done when a Democratic person won, which is nothing. And you go right back to just masking this and suppressing the issues at hand. Let me close this door. This furnace just came on. So you would just go back to suppressing the shit at hand. You know what I'm saying? 40 acres in the mule. Cops can kill somebody and they don't get no time and shit. Proneef, what up? So you'll go to sleep. And that's just not good. That's not progression. Trump serves as a divine agitation to make you get off your ass. I want to hear a poem because it was inspired by Donald Trump, yeah, and God. Y'all want to hear a poem? So here go a poem. We get to y'all acapella. One day I'm gonna do an album listening on this joint. Y'all can listen to some shit I got, but this is a poem. It's acapella. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. If Trump is a dumbass, then the question to ask is, why did God elect a dumbass? Now it's twofold. Is God a dumbass for fucking with a dumbass? Nigga, you too bold. Generation sum of X and Y and Z can see through the hypocrisy when every nigga say to himself, Tupac is me. Either you believe or you don't. And niggas won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. So please, nigga, don't act hard. I'm sitting here wondering, why wasn't the men like Harriet Tubman, right? Why did God bless a woman to free the slaves over and over and over? Because niggas as a whole were hoes, bending over and over and over. Yes, sir, massa. No, sir, boss. And I salute Rick Ross for having Lincoln tatted on his titty. The stars is fitty. Let's revolt like Diddy. What a pity. I salute Young Thug for wearing a dress, because I'm no longer impressed by the men screaming thug life while beating on their chests. I must confess, to be Harriet Tubman, nigga, don't play with this. What you mean? Stop being a bitch made, or stop being bitch made an atheist, right? So it's some little something I was playing with, man. You know what I mean? Because we got a problem. You know what I mean? Like we atheists at the core. You know what I mean? And that's creating a problem. That's creating a serious problem. Zigzagger, what up? A serious problem, man. You know what I'm saying? A serious problem. So we need Trump the agitator. And that's people's perception of him. It's not my perception of him, but I totally get it because he does agitate people. You know what I'm saying? We need the great agitator because you know what's amazing? This nigga he inspired the culture, but they don't want to give him his credit. And I ain't talking about of old. I'm talking about right now. Everybody got some type of a MAGA hat in a make indigenous great again, right? Make Native American great again, make black great again, make my mama great again. It's make Africa great again, make everything great again. Nigga, y'all jocking this nigga style. If this nigga could get royalties off of the motherfucking hat, like a motherfucker take a beat and you got to get cleared for the fucking sample and shit to redo your shit. Like, come on, man, this motherfucker would have got paid. So he has inspired niggas to do it. So that's why I start off with the question. If Trump is a dumbass, then the question to ask is why did God elect a dumbass? Now it's twofold. Is God a dumbass for fucking with a dumbass? Nigga, you too bold. Huh? Generation some of X, Y, and Z see through your hypocrisy when every nigga says to himself, Tupac is me. Either you believe or you don't, and niggas won't bust a grape at a fruit fight. So please, nigga, don't act hard. I'm sitting here wondering, why wasn't the men like Harriet Tubman? Why did God bless a woman to free the slaves over and over and over? Because niggas as hoes was hoes, bending over and over and over. Yes, sir, massa. No, sir, boss. And I salute Rick Ross for having Lincoln tatted on his titty. The stars is fitty. Let's revolt like Diddy. What a pity. I salute Young Thug for wearing the dress because I'm no longer impressed by the men screaming thug life while beating on their chest. I must confess, to be like Harriet Tubman, nigga, don't play with this. What you mean? Stop being bitch made and atheists. Nigga, what? Them bars. Them bars, man. Them niggas bars, nigga. Hey, K Unique, thank you. Them was bars. Don't play with it. Hold on, man. I got one of my favorite investors that just called me one of my partners. Let me tell her I'm on mine real fast. You know what I mean? What they talking about, man? What they talking about, man? What they talking about, man? This dude. So yeah, man. I haven't looked at their personal charts and stuff, man. So I'm just listen, man. I'm crazy, man. I only voted one time in my life, and I voted for George Bush against Kerry. And I like Baby Bush because he was just funny as a motherfucker to me, man. He's adorable to me, right? But also, coincidentally, black people made the most money under Bush than Baby Bush than any other president. When you take the money and convert it over during inflation to the same money, black people make the most money under Baby Bush. But the reason I voted for Baby Bush is because he had the balls to push the button for World War III. But George Bush don't give a fuck about you or me. It was a little poem that I did way back then. Because I'm like, well, shit, I'm the type of nigga that go put the enemy in power so we can all go do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think different. You know what I mean? So don't give me people who rock you to sleep. Give me somebody that's going to agitate you so we can get to the greater cause. You see what I'm saying? And that's just how I get down, man. So this is MAGA country. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Man, he was funny as a motherfucker, man. Fuck with Baby Bush, man. I don't care what y'all say. He funny as a motherfucker. And that's what I be doing. We be laughing. Listen, man, we laugh hilariously at Trump, man. Like, it's funny. Like, the nigga's just funny. Me and Jew, like, it's organically funny to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we laugh at this nigga. Like, I was tripping the other day. I was in the kitchen just laughing out loud and shit. And I know what's wrong with you? You just laughing and shit. And I'm like, yeah, man. Because Trump called that nigga What's his name? Kim Jong from North Korea called that nigga Rocket Man. I was cracking the fuck up the other day. Like, this nigga just came out the blue and just like, and Rocket Man, he called this man Rocket Man. Man, that shit was hilarious, man. So he called Rosie O'Donnell, man, like he called her a fat pig, and got away with it. She was talking shit about the Donald. The Donald called her as a fat pig. That shit's funny. I'm sorry, man. That motherfucker be having me rolling, man. I be cracking up. Like I can talk to my pops, man. That son of a bitch. I can't wait. You gonna watch the debate tonight? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch Trump mop this dude, man. Trump ain't gonna mop shit. And so I started talking about real estate, right? And I was like, yeah, man. So you ever heard of depreciation and shit? You know, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna depreciate you. You keep talking like this. You know what I'm saying? And he be low key salty. I be fucking with Trump and shit, but I be using it on purpose because I know he anti-Trump, but I do it to agitate him on purpose. Because, like I told him, I said, black man, it don't matter who the president is, man. It's too broad and too national. The truth of the matter is the West Side always been the West Side where we've been at, man. It ain't never changed. Whether it's Obama in it, it don't change. It's too broad, man. The people inside of their own community gonna have to get off their ass and put something together to do for themselves, man. And then take that to their local district, state rep, and senator and push the agenda. We keep sitting back wanting people to come and do something for us, and we don't do for ourselves. There lies the problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man. Anyway, yeah, man, be killing Joe's ass. Man, this shit is funny to me, man. I just this shit is God's comedy. And see, that's what I mean by the poem, right? Like, if you believe in God and you believe in ancestors and they in control and shit, like, well, goddamn, why the fuck they elect Trump and let this motherfucker win? So then, goddamn it, this motherfucker is God approved for whatever reason. He's God approved. So see, this is why I'm saying niggas is atheists and don't know that shit. And I'm not saying it's bad to be an atheist. Be whatever the fuck you want to be. But don't say you believe in some shit called God, and God is the almighty big motherfucking badass and shit. And that means you mad at God's decision. But you won't say that shit. You will not say that shit. Publicly, you will not declare that shit. Like, yo, what's the fuck wrong with you? What you thinking, nigga? What the fuck is up? You know what I'm saying? So they on some bullshit. And the Quran called their ass out, man. The Quran called them niggas. To the Quran said there's three type of motherfuckers down here, man. You got those who believe, then you got those who flat out don't believe, like fuck it, nope, we don't believe. And then you got those who say they believe, but they don't believe, and they don't know that they really don't believe. And I'd be like, whoa. This is in chapter 2 of the Holy Quran. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? You said there's a group of people walking around professing that they believe, but they don't know that they really don't believe? That's some deep ass shit. That shit fucks me up. I'm serious. That shit fucks me up. When I seen that shit, I was like, yo, this is crazy. But see, this is what I mean. How can you be a civilized government on every fucking continent, got a belief in God, but you motherfuckers ain't yet to put in a collective call to say Wednesday at fucking 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, this is going to be the time of global prayer and thanks. Every citizen will stop what the fuck they doing. They're going to hear a signal like a tornado siren going off, and everybody is going to go outside, face the east or face the sun, give us a cosmic reference point. Even if it's dark out, it don't matter. You will face whatever direction, and we're all just going to go into 11 minutes of severe thank you for having life. Oh, you ain't did that shit yet. Oh, okay, motherfucker. Why? Why haven't you did it? You understand what I'm saying? So, atheists, atheists, man, and especially the Democratic Party in the United States, them motherfuckers atheists like a motherfucker because they removing the whole concept of God, excuse me, God out of conversations in schools and shit. I don't fuck with the Democrats, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up, them motherfuckers is fuck them. God damn it, slave holding motherfuckers. They fuck them, and I mean that shit. Fuck the Democrats. And I'm salty these motherfuckers went to go get Kamala and doing that bullshit, clearly trying to play something that is on the emotional plan, striking the emotional chord of going to get a black woman and shit. Fuck them. Them motherfuckers always had slaves, be. From the very beginning, the motherfucker had slaves. And the only reason black folks went Democratic was in the election of Barry Goldwater's ass. That motherfucker Republican wasn't a champion of civil rights. And then niggas jumped ship and went to LBJ and them and shit and became Democratic. And our allegiance been on that shit ever since the motherfucking 60s and shit. And niggas ain't never switched. But when you go back and you look in history and fuck the modern day Republican Party if you ain't bout it like that too. And I ain't giving them niggas a pass like that either. And shit. But when you go look at the first black senators and shit, I mean, the Republican Party of 1854 purposely created themselves to end slavery. Purpose. It was known as the Abolitionist Party. Them niggas didn't want fuck a Green Party, fuck a Tea Party, fuck all that other shit, nigga. Our whole political thing is we putting an end to that bullshit y'all doing. That's some gangsta ass shit. I fuck with those. I fuck with those niggas. And particularly, it was a group of motherfuckers called the Radical Republicans. I fuck with them. Thaddeus Stevens, Charles Sumner of Massachusetts, Henry Wilson of Massachusetts, Benjamin Wade from Ohio, John Sherman from Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Grant was considered one of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I fuck with them. Them boys, they was on they shit against the slave shit way back in the early 1800s and shit. But fuck the Democrats. All right. Oh yeah, so Time in the Technosphere. Yeah, man. Time in the Technosphere was dope. The harmonic convergence of 1987. And that's what needs to take place. A global harmonic convergence, especially when black people. But I already gave African Bambaataa the signal when motherfucking we gonna mount up. We gonna motherfucking mount up on the American eclipse in 2024. 2024. Yep. And see, that's what I'm the American eclipse is April the 8th, 2024. 2024. And it's going to go over the first American eclipse that took place, August 21st, August 22nd. I think it was the 21st, I think it was maybe, of 2017. The second eclipse in 2024 is going to cross over. God damn it. It's going to cross over southern Illinois. And that's where the two eclipses patterns are going to meet. In southern Illinois, is known as Little Egypt. There's a place called Makanda, like Makanda, Illinois. And if you look at a map, go pull up Makanda, Illinois, you're going to see that it sits next to Panther's Den. And so the real Makanda shit is over here in America. And 2024 eclipse is the grand Thundercat signal that we broadcast out to the motherfucking universe. So we got to wait 4 more years in order to broadcast the signal. That's how I know it's not. If Biden get in, it's gonna be so much fuck shit that happens. Man, listen, man. If y'all know my work, I got documented evidence of being able to accurately foretell the Charleston church shooting, I said it was going to be a mass killing that was going to take place on this 3-day timeline, 6/15, 16, and 17. I think Charleston shooting happened on 6/15, if my memory serves correct. The Boston Marathon bombing, like the big domestic acts of violence, when the world has to stop and mourn, I successfully predicted them because I found the algorithm, the cosmic algorithm in which these events ride on. Been doing it for years. I got the shit printed, documented, tagged Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, the CEOs of these motherfuckers. Y'all seen my work. I can pull out a folder and show you this shit right now. Tag Snoop Dogg and Russell Simmons back in 17 when them niggas was on their spiritual shit, and Snoop Dogg with Snoop Lion and shit. Tagging these niggas, telling them when planes was gonna crash, and the plane to crash on the goddamn day I said the plane was gonna crash. Because plane crashes don't happen every day. Plane crashes and severe domestic acts of violence, like Charleston church shooting, that don't happen every day. In big ass earthquakes too, like they're all on the same cosmic clock. Y'all gonna be the first to know tonight, and I'm not gonna prove it tonight, but I want y'all to know that Donald Trump has totally blocked the algorithm, totally blocked by people focusing all their attention on him. This motherfucker has shielded those type of events that have happened. At one time, there was a speech that Obama gave about these kind of events that was taking place on his watch. He was saying something like it seemed like it's some type of, I forget the word he used. It wasn't ritual. It was some type of, it was kind of like he gave credence or alluded to the idea of, well, this shit is strange, man. You know? And I'm telling you, the very essence of who Trump is, cosmically speaking, he's the physical manifestation of that shit. And that's why people look at him and have a certain negative connotation to him, because he's the manifestation of some of the most malefic energy. Now, I'm not calling him a malefic person, because the truth of the matter is, I'll say it, I don't believe he's a malefic person. In fact, I can fucking prove that he ain't. But he's here for a reason, and the acts of domestic shit ain't nowhere near, I mean nowhere near, as much as they were under Obama. And again, he has served as a shield because he's a physical representative of a certain malefic area of space. Now, I'll say this. If you study this craft, there's some shit known as malefic stars in the solar system. Some shit called Algol. That they say that star is motherfucking crazy nasty. Right? You live in a place, and my guru who visited me, he dead. Been dead before I even came into this information. Paramahamsa Harinanda, who was initiated by Yogananda, tells us that the planets and stars radiate positive cosmic radiation and negative cosmic radiation. It makes sense. This whole shit is about light, and light has duality, it has a polarity. So therefore, you have some shit that's positive and you have some shit that's negative. That's right. The Medusa shit in the mythology. Kanye West with the album cover, or where he had Medusa's head in his hand like he was Perseus and shit. That whole mythology shit is telling you about the goddamn cosmos. That's why they named Perseus as a star constellation. They noted that, when these people are born with planets in alignment with these stars, their personality types and events that happen in their life start to mirror are these certain stories. So now you can take a fucking story based off the cosmic law and create a fucking mythology out of that shit based off what you observe humanity doing. It's what they did. You see what I'm saying? So there's positive cosmic radiations and there's negative cosmic radiations. Trump blocks the negative cosmic radiation and he absorbs all of the negative attention every single day before his election since he announced that he was going to run has always been about him. When like there's plenty of days Obama wasn't on the news. Like this motherfucker's on the news every day. Remember, it was day 1 in the White House, day 100 in the White House, and then they stopped counting. But every day has been about him for the last 4 years. Every single day in a negative way. He has stopped a lot of negative events from manifesting. For sure. But I'm saving that for a whole nother body of work. You know? So yeah, we're gonna mount up the American eclipse. Give a fuck, take off work, do what you're gonna have to do. We're gonna be in Southern Illinois. We're gonna be in motherfucking Maconda, and we're gonna be doing our motherfucking thing and shit. In mass. You know what I mean? All right, man. So what y'all got, man? Anything else? Anything before we bounce? Anything? I can do this if y'all just keep it going. I can do this, man. What you got? We about to get it. Y'all want to get into an album release party? I'm gonna do an album, man. I'm gonna make me an album, man. I swear I am. I swear I am, man. I got some shit. I got some shit that I got in the cut on this black and white stuff, man. You know? 2 stars that represent universal change. Yeah, the red and the blue and the Hopi situation. That's what they say. You know? But yeah, anything else, man? What you got? What you got for me? Not, man. I'm gonna take a shower. Old man gonna go to sleep so he can wake up and walk 1 mile. Algo, what degree is that? Algo, the malefic areas of space was between 26 degrees Taurus and maybe up to like 9-10 degrees Gemini. So he's somewhere up in that little span right there. Late Taurus, early Gemini. You got Hades in there, Hades, and that's all that shit's by late Taurus, right above, right by Orion, right around the bull, the Pleiades, all that little sector of space right there. It's a very negative zone of space. This shit got some crazy gangster ass motherfucking energy. This is why I salute to my man Dave Campbell, who's a forensic astrologer down in he ain't in Phoenix. What's that shit? Was it Scottsdale? One of them little outer suburbs of Phoenix, man. And the police would call him to solve crimes and shit. And I had years ago when I was doing Blog Talk Radio, I had him on the show. And I was like, man, who the craziest son? And he was like, Gemini. And boy, when I start making the observation, I was like, yeah, nigga, you right. Gemini. Gemini is motherfucking crazy. Crazy, man. It's flat out. I think Gemini was like fucking Dahmer and shit. Like, but nah, the Gemini energy is just, it's genius. But if it ain't anchored right, that shit is crazy. It's Prince. Prince was a Gemini with an Aquarius moon, and that shit, it just fucking tells you right there. You know what I mean? But yeah. Yep. Sacred Heart He's 6 degree Jimmy Rosin. Yeah. September 21st, 86. September 21st, 86. I told someone about how that dog howling at the moon was all over the web a few days later. Man, yeah, thank you. I was thinking about that shit, man. Um, I got you on another one, Zigzagger. Um, Me and Jew was talking about that shit the other day, man. For real, that's like the greatest galactic activation that we ever done, man. That shit was crazy, bro. And that shit's is obviously it's documented here through the it was a YouTube post, not even a video, a post that we made. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, Zigzag. I'm gonna look real fast. Um, that shit was crazy, man. So Pronef is talking about like we had, we program outer space, man. You know what I'm saying? We can program outer space by all of us casting the same thought at the motherfucking moon. Shit, I'm telling you right now, motherfucking event, whatever you was thinking, that shit gonna pop up and it's gonna appear like it's a random event. Shit gonna appear on the motherfucking news. September 21st, 86. Um, real spill and shit. So I had gave a call out. That's the spirit, man. Spirit's like, man, listen, man. God said, show the people, but not show, tell the people to focus on the moon and do something as simple and silly as imagining a dog howling at the moon. And I'm going to show you afterwards that there's going to be something in the news that deals with howling in the moon so the people can know that their thoughts are A, real, B, can be answered, which is really the key. Your thoughts can be answered, especially when you do them in mass. And that's just what happened. Next thing you know, it was on the news that motherfuckers at I think 6 o'clock their time was like um fucking what was that? Just howling at the moon and shit. And crazy. Super crazy. Oh man, you got a Taurus moon depending on the time you were born. Yeah, you should have it. Yeah, you do got it. So you got a Taurus moon. Um that's a money moon, man. But see here, I'm gonna give you this game real fast. You was born with Venus opposite your moon, and that represent two female energies. And both of these female energies are in money signs because Venus and Scorpio is money that's held together in a joint account. And then the moon is in Taurus, which is the money moon. It's actually coming up on this full moon at the last Saturday of the month. So you definitely should be in on the meditation, man, because this your moon. So, but there's a female energy that's at odds with your paper, man. So you have to really, really make sure that if you get in a relationship with the female energy, that the finances have to be her financial acumen got to be on point. Because if not, then you could have, excuse me, some potential issues. And when you're dealing with Scorpio, you're really dealing with inheritance and other people's money and shit. So you got that prenuptial agreement type of chart. But it was really saying that you really need to get with somebody that can balance that shit out and be a beast when it comes to that area, because there's just some tremendous potential conflict that takes place with female energy and money, man, and potentially sexual secrets as well. But I think it's leaning more towards the finance side and shit. So you got to be in a relationship, bro. That's dealing with her financial acumen. Got to be on point, man. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But Kari was in on it. Yep. All right, so the Family Wealth Club membership include readings, like the Astrology Coach membership. No, so the there's an option where you can get a PDF report. So every month, what I do for a select few who have that option is I just simply highlight some themes of the month. And it's really three main areas I like to focus on. You're welcome, bro. Relationships, which means either you need to balance your relationship by having a date, showing appreciation. The reason I'm gonna tell you that is because of two reasons. Either A is because negative energy is coming in, so it's potential arguments and fights and shit. So you want to get a head start on that shit and do something out the blue, baby. Going out tonight, right? um, or it's positive energy that's there that suggests that you should do that. So relationships is one focused. Code red is my main thing. I don't want nobody getting in an accident, you know what I'm saying, that I could have possibly told you this shit by just scanning the goddamn report. This shit is like code red insurance. You know what I'm saying? I know two people who did not read my reports that I gave them. And when I told them it was code red, they asked was an accident and code red because they never opened up the email and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like when that shit happens, man. I don't like that shit. In the years I've been doing that shit, I've been doing this shit since 2013. No. I've been doing that shit since 2011 on reports, and only two accidents on my watch, and those two people didn't read my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking phenomenal, and that don't count because they didn't read it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. That shit don't happen on my watch. That's my main thing, is to make sure that you safe, man. Because that motherfucker Mars is a motherfucker, man. That motherfucker get in a certain position, you can pretty much guarantee bare minimum a fucking headache. You know what I'm saying? A physical headache. And that's what you want, if anything, because that nigga represents getting burnt, getting cut, getting shot, fights, arguments, and shit like that. So I want to keep you safe from that. And then money transits. When money is coming along, this is an excellent time to play the lottery. This is an excellent time to do visualization on your goal. But make sure that you are in the right vehicle to attract money. You know what I'm saying? It's not that money can't get to you if you're not in the right vehicle, but it's just harder. Like how the $1,000,000 gonna fucking pop up? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the vehicle. But the key to this shit is to be happy and enjoy whatever you're doing in your financial endeavors and your pursuits, because that magnetizes. The happiness is the emotion that magnetizes more positive shit to happen. This is why that's the whole science of momentum. Momentum is, we just closed a motherfucking deal. Like, don't let the energy wane until the end of the goddamn day. Celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Yo, high five, nigga. We just motherfucking did it. Get with your significant other. God damn it, we just closed the deal. Fuck that. We about to go upstairs. We about to do it real fast. Do something like keep the fucking energy going. Because momentum is an invisible stream of motherfucking positive energy that we just let that shit wane. And then next thing you know, we back average. And then next thing you know, we below average, stressing the fuck out and shit. So the key is to be happy in your pursuit. So I fuck with real estate. I can do this shit all night until I'm fucking, my brain just shut down and shit. That's like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, because oh shit, I didn't figure out how to get houses this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And I didn't did it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is exciting to me. This year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This year, 7 doors, man. 7 rental properties, 7 doors doing Corona. Now I didn't purchase one of them. I had already purchased already, but I got it fixed up this year. You know what I'm saying? But that's 7 doors. That's cash flowing. You see what I'm saying? Like what the fuck is beating that, bro? I'm telling you, my assets under management right now is fucking. Look, listen. Y'all family, a little over 600,000. That don't mean that I ain't saying that's my money. What I'm saying is that's the value of those properties if I were to go in there and sell them at their highest point possible and liquidate everything that I have. Bam. You know what I'm saying? But that's it's like, yo, 2 years ago, fucking year ago, like I didn't have that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I figured that shit out. And shit ain't hard either. Shit is fucking easy. Everybody should be doing it. That's why I'm be fucking with this science, because I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go get this. All right. 12087. Man, I rock with you, man. 12087. You on the Cappy side, getting close to Aquarius. We on the same side of the solar system, man. So when you on the same side of the solar system, I gotta rock with you. Virgo moon. Depending what time you were born, though, you might have a Libra moon. Crazy stellium and Sagittarius, though. What time were you born in? What city were you born in? Because you got some stuff that's borderline. B Schmitty. Bo bosses. What time and city were you in and was born in? I need the time in the city. You dig? 11-4. That's Puffy birthday. No wonder B a billionaire and shit. Billionaire B. Ain't that Puff birthday? Where you at, Bo bosses? I need a time in the city. But later that day, I think the moon was in Libra. You borderline, see you 29 degrees Cap. So let me go all the way to 12:59 p.m. real fast, and let me see if the sun actually goes into Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius. Aquarius. Yep. See, somewhere that day the sun went into Aquarius. I need to know the time of your birth because you are flirting with the Aquarian energy. Plus, your Mercury's in Aquarius. Mars and Aries. I like that. That's strong. Yeah. What time were you born? All right. So, Griffin, Georgia, 6 a.m. Griffin, Georgia, 6 a.m. All right. Hold on. Let me see what's happening. Boy, if I got on some astrology shit and did readings, I could get some motherfucking money. I'll be telling people. But then I'll feel like I'm pimping y'all because I will only be doing it for the money. I'm not motivated to do the shit. So now God tells me to give it away to y'all because he has supplied other means. All right, so you are a Capricorn, 29 degrees. Later on that day, it would have been Aquarius, but you are literally a cusp baby, but you the last degree of a Capricorn energy. Here's the thing when you're the last degree, because 29 degrees is the last degree. You are the boss. Capricorn is already the sign of authoritative figures. You will easily excel at being the supervisor, the lead person, the team lead, that kind of stuff. Easy. You're supposed to be a boss. Having Capricorn rising, meaning because you were born in the morning. Notice you were born at 6 in the morning. Now, the sun wasn't up yet at that time of year because it's dark in the winter at 6 o'clock in the morning, but it was coming up. So you're Capricorn rising. You're Capricorn and Capricorn rising. So it has this double emphasis of Cap. Cap just wants to be successful, wants to climb the mountaintop. I always say my favorite Capricorn is Keisha Kayor, Gucci Mane's wife. Shout out to the Wobsters. Nobody embodies that energy better than her, I think, because it represents success. You know, here's a person that's a millionaire, but every year she at the Bonner Brothers convention vending as if she ain't got motherfucking money and mansions and Lamborghinis and all kind of shit. But she there pushing that merch because that's her passion and that's what built her. That's what she does and shit. So I so love Keisha. I got her right here. mean, it's crazy as fuck, man. I got my man's wife with the blueprints on building the house, and then I got a picture of the before and after of the house right here because that's really my motivation. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with this real estate shit. So to see a woman do that shit, I'm like, yo, fuck that. She can do that shit. What the fuck is my excuse? I gotta get on my shit. But big success. Very, very, very successful. Team lead. Spiritual gift too. Your dreams could be very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Um, you should learn some type of meditation, how to actively engage the imagination, because you got a music talent, some type of artist, poetic, spiritual, psychic type of energy. It's like an Erica Badu mystical type of vibe as well. So you got big business, and then you also got spirituality and some things that you have to balance out right there. Um, you do have to be careful who you learn from, though, um, and be careful in your travels because you were naturally born with an accident marker. Probably been in an accident before, but this you are always the person that have to have the car, like the car with the Bible on the dashboard, or this is something called a traveler's prayer that you can have. It's a card that you carry, or rosary beads on the rear view mirror. Yeah, those are very powerful because light is intelligent. I'm telling you, that shit, light is intelligent. And when it sees Christ in the rosary beads and shit, that shit disperse. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Say what you want to say about Christianity. But y'all, if y'all can remember that time Haiti got hit with that earthquake and everything was devastated, and the only thing that was standing was a goddamn cross in the church, and everything around, like, yeah, what the fuck is that? Like, that shit's intelligent. You know what I'm saying? The forces of nature are intelligent. So certain emblems that you have. This is why I be fucking with Gunplay in that album. That's why I roll with the Bible on the dash. And the album cover is a Bible on the dashboard, rosary beads on the rear view mirror, and an AK-47 and shit. Like, huh? Nigga. But if you know Gunplay history, he was on camera pulling the gun out on the accountant. Now, nigga, convicted felon, you ain't supposed to have guns and shit. So motherfucker ain't show up to court and his ass was free. You know what I'm saying? He ain't go to jail for that shit. You know what I mean? So certain techniques are called the code red techniques you just need to travel with. But overall, man, I love the energy. Very energetic, you a boss. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn, last degree Capricorn too. You a boss, and I mean, fucking look at your name, bold bosses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you, see, here's my question. Right? And I'll be right back because I gotta go over here real fast. I'll be right back. But here's my question, bold bosses. In a job capacity, have you ever been the supervisor or the team lead person? I'll be right back. while I ride with the Bible on the dash. That's while I roll with the Bible. All right, man. All right. Come on, bold bosses. I thought you was gonna drop that info for me. Oh, Jaquino, what up? What up? What up, man? What up? What up? What up? Tory Lane song must be Most High. Yeah, man, that fucking album went crazy. Katrina. What city you from, Katrina? Katrina Harris. Why do you sound familiar to me? What city you in? What city is Katrina in? My man B is a billionaire, man. B 11482. Man, y'all got me on this joint doing readings. Y'all done put me back in my bag, man. 11482. 11482. 11482. I mean, come on, bro. Damn, boy, you the epiphany of the Scorpio. Jupiter Scorpio, Venus Scorpio, Jupiter Venus conjunction is by far the most greatest shit you can ever be born with in life, man. Like, goddamn, this is you were born to win big. You can win money. Like, money is just easy. And bro, your chart is cheating, man, because you really ain't even got no oppositions like that unless it's the moon, but that's depending on what time you were born. But you got hella energy in Scorpio, man. And then the other two planets, Saturn and Pluto, they're over there in Libra. So majority of your energy is in this teamwork thing. You know what I'm saying? But Scorpio, you know what you want to do. Scorpio and Leo are by far the most in-depth, diverse signs, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So Scorpio range is deep. You can be a fucking coroner, figure out how people die. That's some other shit. A motherfucker is dead, and you can dissect a motherfucker and be like, oh yeah, they died from heart failure. How the fuck you know? Like, that shit is deep. So you can go from forensics to any type of deep hidden psychological shit, all those kind of sciences. You can be a fucking porn star if you want to be and shit. Then you can be on Wall Street fucking with other people money, life insurance, pension plans, and shit like that. Stocks, because it's other people's money. It's just ain't your bread. You see what I'm saying? So it goes in that. And that shit could be all of the above, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a cheat card, nigga. And you should pay attention to when Venus is in Scorpio every year when you having the Venus Jupiter return and be playing the fucking lottery and making some bank, nigga. What is you doing, man? You got an easy ass chart, bro. Super easy. And that means you got to be in the right partnerships, because that Scorpio and Libra energy is all about partnerships, because you don't do it by yourself. So it's being a part of the right team that makes it happen for you, Captain. All right. All right. Stop playing. I thought that was you. Stop. You about to make me blush, man. Stop playing. I'm glad you're doing good, man. I'm glad you're doing good. That's what's up. Adrian Nicole, stop playing, man. I read you before. You already a reader, Adrian Nicole. You're a reader. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. Purist Imaginal. January 10th, 93. Hold on, man. Man, y'all about to make me drink, man. Katrina, how the hell are you, darling? We're gonna have to go to Sweet Pete's. January 10th, 1983. January 10th, 93. Man, y'all some young whippersnappers, man. Y'all make me feel old as a motherfucker. January 10th. Man, Cap is in this motherfucker tonight. All right, so all right, man. So you too, I mean, you definitely was born with the Mars opposite Uranus, Neptune, and Sun and Mercury, man. So you was born with the cold red shit. So you got that marker where you gotta make sure you traveled up and you prayed up, traveled up real nicely in your motion. Um, Code red technique I give out to people, man. Rosary beads, something called the Traveler's Prayer. It's like a business card. It's laminated. Rosary beads on the rear view mirror. Traveler prayers card on your person. A Bible on the dash if you want to. Open it up to one of the Psalms, like Psalms 23. Seeing yourself when you say in prayer and protection with violet light or gold. Reason being because gold don't erode. Nothing can penetrate and erode gold. Violet is the highest frequency color. Ultraviolet light beams. So violet being the highest color on the visible color spectrum. And it's something known as the violet flame of Saint Germain. It's very powerful. So you can say these prayers, these psalms with the violet flame around your vehicle and yourself that adds to the energy field. But being a cat, man, what I'm seeing, I mean, you too, man, you got a spiritual gift for sure. Um, this is really the time that it's supposed to be really anchoring itself in. Um, I would tell you, don't fuck with drugs, don't fuck with nothing illegal, especially dope. Um, it just got government all over it, so don't fuck with that. Um, but you got the markings of a mystic that could be doing some type of spiritual stuff, or it's music, something like that as well. Um, but there's a duality because Capricorn is very earthy, so then that's that duality of physical success too. You know what I'm saying? Um, and there's something going on. Potentially, there's you got parental karma that's taking place. Perhaps one of the parents, maybe mom, that there's an issue with, or you have to. If I always tell people, give it a grade, A, B, C, D, or F. And if there's a failing grade, and normally you got to go a grade down because we don't want to be. Sometimes it's hard for us to be honest. But if there's room for improvement, there's something that needs to be worked out there. Um, so that energy can free up, man. Forgiveness is key. You know what I'm saying? And just freeing it. I don't mean you got to kick it with motherfuckers, but loosening that energy is important because it look like you got some parental karma that's right there that could be holding you back from certain things, getting to you, success and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But I like it. Successful Capricorn, man. That always happen. I read one person like, and then the vibe is going to like a theme will start to pop up and reappear. You know what I'm saying? It'll be capped out. When was a blue moon? So, all right. So the blue moon, I did this years ago. They'd tell you that the blue moon is when you have two full moons in 1 month, and that's not true. The real blue moon is when you have two full moons in one constellation. The moon don't give a fuck about a month because a month is just whatever you call it. But if you have two full moons in front of the same constellation, that's rare. And what happened is it got twisted because it's just easy to get it twisted. Like, oh shit, we're gonna have two full moons in October. The second one is the blue moon. You know what I'm saying? But technically, a blue moon is when the second full moon is in the same zodiac sign as the first full moon. All right. Um. So that's that. Um. Um. It's like me and my mama in karmic debt. This is my first time living with her since I was a baby. Man, you gotta get the fuck out of mama. What you doing in mama's house, man? Or living with mom. That's cool. I mean, that could be a beautiful thing, but if it feel like that, man, you gotta get gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta get out the nest, young birdie. Um, but yeah, I mean, I can see that. It feels that way because it's Saturn opposite moon. That's all. It shows you. You know what I'm saying? 5/19/81. That's hard, man. Because if I look at 5/19/81, Jew was born a couple days after that, and I'm gonna see the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So then my vision gets blurred. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, but um, you visit her in the Bahamas. That's what's up. 320 Bruce 324.96 in Cincinnati. In Natty. Which one of them Avondale guys, man? 324. Yeah. Cincinnati was the place you crossed the Ohio River. The slaves is free. Again, that was the hot spot. 3/24/96, 106 a.m. Let's see what OG Bruce Lee working with. First of all, you born wee hours of the morning. That's very interesting. Queen City. Question is, who is the queen? And then you got King's Island. And who's the king? And why is the king and queen infamous to the Cincinnati area? Then you got this indigenous earthworks called Fort Ancient. So who's the ancient king and queen of the Cincinnati area? That's a whole nother area that got to get activated on some other shit. Because Cincinnati is actually named after a Roman emperor, Cincinnatus. And becomes the city that's like across the Ohio River, right here in Cincinnati. The slaves are free, which is Uncle Tom's Cabin running across Kentucky, running across the Ohio River when it's frozen, and you get right there and shit. So Cincinnati is a portal to and very, very, very significant to the freedom of black folks. It's a nice chart, man. I like this. Third house stellum. So you're a writer, teacher. You got something to say. Whatever it is, you know what I mean. Especially being the Aries, and you got that crazy ass workout energy that you got going on. You a teacher, man. So you probably perhaps you got to teach that. You know what I'm saying? You got something to say. There's a book in you. There's a class in you. There's lectures in you. There's some form of communication that's there. You got 4 planets in the third house, bro. Like it's an impossibility to not be able to deal with it. So you got to deal with it. Got to deal with it, man. Got to deal with it. And you having a Jupiter return right now in the first house. You could be gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, it's time to get locked and loaded and whatever your success factor is, whatever you're passionate about, it's time to expand that because this energy is actually about to start waning itself out. But you about to go through a little over a year period where Jupiter is going to be in your second house, the house of money. So you about to start gearing up for a financial expansion. You got Saturn's coming too, which is more of a contraction. So it may not expand the way you want to expand, but this is really the year for a whole year. Saturn's going to be there for 2.5 years. You really need to make you a solid 3-year financial plan about the shit that you passionate about and see how that correlates to money. It fucking dumb. Excuse me, you need to dumb out. You one of them male niggas that should be an Instagram model with all the fucking muscles you got. I mean, man, I'm gonna create Zodiac models and put you on a goddamn. I'm gonna make a Bruce motherfucking Lee calendar, nigga. I want half. I put the money up, and you gotta make you a calendar, nigga. I'm serious though, for real. Yeah. Right? You believe in NPC people? Nah, man, I'm serious, man. You can get away with that shit, bro. I don't know what's NPC. You know what I'm saying? What's that? What's that? Hold on. Bakari was filed 1981. Let me see if I can look at this without being biased here, Bakari. You want to be biased. 5/19/81. Then I gotta get to this money. Then I gotta get to this paper. All right. So the problem is I don't know what the full moons are. If they don't follow the moon, it would make you a lunatic. Hence the word lunar. Every 2 weeks, there's some different shit. New moon in Taurus, full moon in Scorpio, new moon in Sagittarius, full moon in Gemini. Like it's back and forth, back and forth. Fuck all that. I stick to the themes. What are the basic hardcore things that I want to manifest? And then I stick to when that shit hits that spot versus chasing the moon. All that 28-day moon magic shit and all these different phases and shit. If you're not careful, that shit will have you off on the deep end and shit. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no knock on it. I'm just saying you got to be really, 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 really careful. Because again, you're focusing on that. And that is a reflection of an internal process of what's going on right here within. And so you have to align this with that to make some shit pop. So, for example, if I say, hey, I didn't spend years on equinoxes. Yo, meet me at Serpent Mound. Yo, we going to the mountains. Yo, we gonna do meditation. Years on the equinox, right? So then what happened this equinox? I bought a house. It just so happened to close on the goddamn equinox. I didn't plan it to close on the equinox. Like it just happened to fall that way. We done already programmed space so much that rhythm is kicking back. So when you in this zone, you start manifesting. But again, that has to be akin to you being in alignment with your vehicle so this shit can really pop for you. I don't know what full moons are, bro. But I tell you what, though, because it is since we're dealing with you late Taurus, um, mm, is I mean, it's all about the money. So it's all about the money, and since the money and I mean, this is a perfect time if you're in a relationship, though. Seriously, this last full moon, the one that's like you need to y'all really need to do some type of ceremony together because for you this is going to feel like a new moon because you're born as a Taurus, but the full moon in the sky is going to be in Taurus. So when the moon and the sun are in the same constellation, that's not a full moon. That's technically called a new moon. It's a full moon in the sky, what we see. But personally, for you, this is a new moon. The woman with the money, you with a woman, talk money, then we need to do some type of ceremony because this is like your lunar financial new year in a sense. Okay. So it's definitely on the finances, bro. And plus it's in opposition to your natal moon too. And so it's definitely about a female energy coming through and balancing that out for you and whatnot. So this is more about your relationship, man. It could be family too, because the moon deals with elders and family members. All right. You dig? Y'all dig? All right, man. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. So what we got going on, man? Anything going on? Man, I'm gonna do something, man. I want to talk about Harmony. Harmony 3/19/94. Okay, Harmony 10/10 in Miami. Why you do it? I was about to give it to you. I got bad memory. I think it was like 3/19, 10/10, like 10/10. Um, but go ahead, spit it to me. I got you. Go ahead. What is it? 3/19/94. Hold on. I'm gonna get Harmony, then I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. 3/19/94. I think it was 10/10 in the morning. 10/10 in Miami. All right, so late Pisces. Oh, we got the same Venus. I like. Your Mercury's one. Um. Boss man, boss. So, all right, so you got 3 planets up at the 10th that's calling me. That's really pulling my attention. So that's a cluster of energy. When you got planets in the southern portion of the sky when you were born, this denotes authority. Person could be a boss. It's just boss. So I can't career success. If you're an entrepreneur, you definitely need to be putting things out there because people naturally see you as motivated and an authoritative figure on the subject matter at hand. You got a lot of energy in Pisces, a lot before planets deep in Pisces. So that turns into one hence that could be like working inside of hospitals and asylums, jails kind of vibe. Then on another hand, it turns into some type of music, spiritual, gypsy. Again, Pisces to me, the perfect embodiment of it is Erica Badu. That's what that energy looks like. But something strong though, strong authoritative figure, boss. There's potential power struggles with men though, so be careful with that. Because that could just be some type of authoritative. Like this is you got a nice marker that suggests that you can have run in with male police officers or something. Um, Even a woman that's high rate in a sense. And so just be careful when it comes to dealing with people in authoritative positions. But you yourself are a source of authority. And to be honest with you, it feels more like you could easily or may have somewhere in your soul's history, and we all have, like, we got to understand that we didn't all did all kinds of shit to get to this process of where we at to just to be a fucking human being. You know what I'm saying? um but there's the aspect where you could have and can easily abuse your power. So you don't want to abuse your power and whatnot. Um, because those things, if you experience any kickback from like male older father figures or these male figures that want to be abusive in any shape, form, or fashion, that could really be stemming from something that's more karmic because you abuse power at some point in time. And it don't have to stem from this lifetime. That's why earlier in the conversation I was referencing the book that's one probably right here, Dr. Brian Weiss work to really understand the in-depthness of the soul and how deep it goes. But the cure to that though is you're a great leader of some sort that deals with being, the one that's out there. and whatnot. And it's Pisces, so it could be given back. It could be charity. It's very complete. The high side of Pisces, to me, the highest side of it is what I call transcendental consciousness. I don't like the term psychic because it's too, it doesn't explain the truth, the in-depthness of what's happening. Like a psychic, and why I say transcendental consciousness is because through dreams and intuition, you're able to accurately pick up on an event that is going to happen in our space-time continuum before the shit actually happens. Like that's some other shit. That information is transcending time and space. It's not limited to that. So to be able to accurately open up that level of perception to receive information about reality before it happens, that shit is divine consciousness at its best. So when you are Pisces, you have to work on developing that at some point in the evolution, because Pisces is the last zodiac sign of the goddamn of the wheel. So God concludes with that. You see what I'm saying? Concludes with it. And you a 28-degree Pisces, meaning the in 2 days it would have been Aries. You're next to the last degree of Pisces. So you're a highly evolved Pisces on top of that. So if you ever had interest in intuitive work, you need to cultivate that for sure. And I'm gonna tell you something. The tarot cards, the astrology, your gift is really deeper than that. You may use that shit in the beginning, but don't stay stuck on it, because it's about transcendental consciousness. It's about that stream of information coming to you, being able to accurately receive that versus casting shells or cards to be able to tell and whatnot. But they can help you. That'll help you, but just don't let that be a crutch. That makes sense for you? Huh? It makes sense. Yeah, that Pisces stellium is crazy. It's crazy. All right. I don't. Me personally, do I fuck with EFA? Nah, man. I don't. Used to, in a sense, but I don't. Man, yeah. So I'm gonna do something on passion, man. If you ain't on the email list, man, y'all gotta get on the email list, man. Really, man. These days, I'm really on the Prosperity Investment Group. So that's the prosperityinvestmentgroup.com. You dig? I ain't got no pictures of some properties though, but you know, man, I'm having the ball of my life. Really, yeah, you're welcome. Um, really building the financial piece to the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's the what beads? What bead you talking about? So how to get the beads, man? I don't know, man. I don't know, but building the financial piece of the puzzle is very great, man. It's hard to have in the Western world. It's just harder to obtain spiritual peace, in my opinion, for me, without the financial piece of the puzzle. But if you have children, if you would like to have the idea, like this, like last week it started, like my mom hit me up and it's like, yeah, send me some money for some medicine. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. And I start playing with the idea of, because I hear it a lot, I want to retire my mom. I want to retire my mom. And I really started like asking myself, like, well, why didn't you have that thought? Maybe because if that's a big feat to reach, but maybe the fear of falling short and you don't reach it has stopped you from making the declaration of even wanting to do it. Maybe I'm just asking myself these internal questions, but I really started embracing the idea. What do I have to do first stage retirement for my mom? Meaning, one of these houses that I acquire is yours. You don't never have to worry about rent. and mortgage type shit. You don't have to worry about that shit. So you want to go get a job and play around with play money, whatever, we know, cool. But the burden of rent has always been my number one thing to try to get rid of in my own life. You know what I'm saying? Real estate and learning these techniques of how to acquire properties, owners walking away from their properties and saying, here, I don't really want to deal with this mortgage no more. It's too much. And, they say, just take it over. There's people out here that will walk away from their mortgage and allow you to take it over. It's called subject to existing finance. This now becomes a rental property that rents for $1,300 a month. The mortgage is only $700. That's a $600 spread. Remember, when you pay mortgage pays for the taxes and the insurance too. So there's literally no bill that be outside of that mortgage payment. And it's COVID season right now too, where it's forbearance, where the bank is like, well, pay me a year from now. Put this, we suspend payments and we put it on the back end. So now you can keep that whole 13 and stack up for a minute and then just resume it. So this is an excellent time to learn subject to strategy. It's called subject to existing finance while the country is allowing forbearance and whatnot, meaning you don't have to pay the mortgage. Okay. Excellent way for you to get into a property and just take over a mortgage and put a tenant in there and you keep the spread. Now you got income coming in and the property is deeded over to you, but to keep the mortgage in the owner's name, previous owner's name, get power of attorney over the financial affairs as well. So you can log into the bank and change the mailing address and handle all of the financial affairs and stuff. I've done it. I have the experience. I can walk you through it. If you can do it, you just got to find them. How do you find them? You utilize technology to do it. What technology? Go to PropStream. They give you a free 7-day trial. If it's too much for you because it's $99 a month and you're serious about it, like, give me a call. Get with me. Like, bro, I really want to fuck with this shit. Just tell me how to get started. And I will get you started. Give you a little gift pack. I will send you a fucking list of properties in your desired zip code. People are here. Bakari will tell you, he here, he's still here. I sent them to him. I'll send you the shit if you really about this. Because this is a critical piece of the puzzle that we absolutely must have. Okay. And so anyway, the prosperity investment group.com is where I'm at, man. Join the mailing list and just subscribe. See, there go Bakari right there. Just subscribe to the channel, hit notifications. So when I come on, which is random, typical Aquarius, unpredictable, just you get the notification, man. And we're built. So I may do something this weekend. I don't know, but subscribe to the channel, share with a friend, hit the notification button, man. If you need me, feel free, hit me up. All right. Peace.